Today, the name Carnegie is widely recognized in association with Dale and his best-selling books, numbering in the millions, all titled with the word how. However, a century ago, any avid newspaper reader would instantly link Carnegie to Andrew. During that era, Carnegie's last name symbolized unparalleled success, harking back to a man who had amassed a fortune surpassing even John D. Rockefeller and J.P. Morgan when considering the wealth of current and past billionaires adjusted for inflation or their share of global GDP. In this context, Andrew Carnegie would emerge as the foremost among businessmen and rank fourth overall, second only to the great emperors of ancient times. The journey to such prosperity began in poverty for Andrew, born in Scotland in 1835. Seeking a better life, his parents migrated to the United States, settling near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. At the tender age of 13, with only 5 completed grades, Andrew found himself working as a coiler in a spinning mill, earning a meager 1.5 per week. Yet against all odds, he eventually ascended to become one of the wealthiest businessmen in human history. To distill Carnegie's remarkable life into actionable insights, I've encapsulated his success in the form of rules that guided him through his business endeavors. These principles, instrumental in his triumph, are now shared for your benefit. From childhood to success, building your career, step by step. Andrew's journey towards his successful career began in his childhood, marked by various challenges and opportunities that would shape his future. At a young age, he found himself working as a boiler stoker in a factory basement. While physically demanding, this role offered him a higher wage compared to his previous job as a coiler, providing him with valuable experience. Recognizing Andrew's exceptional handwriting, he was soon transferred to work in the office, where his skills flourished. Despite the comfort of this new environment, Andrew's thirst for new experiences led him to venture out into the bustling streets as a street messenger. However, it was in the field of telegraphy that Andrew found his true passion. During those years, the telegraph represented the latest technological advancement, opening up unprecedented opportunities. Andrew's dedication and hard work caught the attention of Thomas Scott, the local branch manager of the Pennsylvania Railroad Company, who appointed him as his personal telegrapher. At just 18 years old, Andrew earned a respectable salary of $35 per month in this role. Over the following 5 years, he not only multiplied his original salary by 30-fold, but also cultivated a strong friendship with Thomas Scott, who would eventually become his business partner. Andrew's early journey, characterized by determination, adaptability, and an insatiable thirst for knowledge, laid the groundwork for his remarkable success in the world of business. Avoid hoarding wealth. Rather than squandering his paycheck on entertainment or stashing it away, like most 18-year-olds, Andrew Carnegie pursued a different path. He opted to invest his earnings in stocks, a decision that set him apart from his peers. Despite hailing from a poor working-class family and lacking formal education beyond 5th grade, Carnegie displayed a remarkable foresight uncommon for someone of his background. His thirst for knowledge led him to borrow a new book weekly from the local library, despite the absence of readily available business manuals at the time. Carnegie's investment ventures were bold and audacious. To purchase stocks in the Adams Express Railroad Company, he even mortgaged his parents' house and borrowed money from former colleagues. Venturing into the realm of stocks was akin to being a pioneer in venture investing. His initial investment of $50,000 yielded a staggering return of $630,000 within a year and a half. Undeterred by the risks, Carnegie continued to invest in various ventures, including railroads, bridge building, and oil companies. What set Carnegie apart was his strategy of reinvesting dividends from previous investments into new stocks, demonstrating a keen understanding of compounding returns. This approach proved immensely successful, underscoring Carnegie's shrewd financial acumen and willingness to take calculated risks. Exploring oil, Andrew Carnegie's venture into the petroleum industry. When delving into investments, Andrew Carnegie's approach was marked by a keen eye for emerging niches and a strategic blend of risk and calculation. Recognizing the burgeoning need for infrastructure development in a rapidly developing United States, Carnegie invested in shares of bridge building companies. His foresight and meticulous calculation led him to foresee the demand for such projects as the country expanded from scratch. Simultaneously, Carnegie ventured into the unpredictable realm of oil exploration, recognizing it as a venture capital business. Armed with tales of potential oil-rich regions, he purchased plots of land in remote, uninhabited areas across the country, guided solely by speculative rumors of oil deposits. Though his ventures into oil exploration were not always met with success, Carnegie's willingness to take calculated risks eventually paid off. Despite acquiring vast expanses of land, some of which yielded no oil, one particular oil-bearing site purchased for $40,000 proved to be a lucrative investment. Over 30 years, this site, spanning 20,000 hectares, generated an annual income of $1 million and accrued a valuation of $5 million within a decade. Carnegie's ability to identify and capitalize on emerging industries, coupled with his willingness to navigate calculated risks, underscores his acumen as a savvy investor. Fueling ambition, Andrew Carnegie's inspirational drive. At the outset of his career, Carnegie was awarded a modest bonus of 2.50 cents. Rather than keeping it for himself, he selflessly handed the money over to his parents to aid in supporting the family. Reflecting on this act later in life, Carnegie confessed that no subsequent triumph or accolade filled him with as much joy and satisfaction as this simple gesture. At that moment, he felt as if he were in heaven, realizing the profound impact he could have on his family's well-being. This pivotal experience ignited a newfound ambition within Carnegie. His aspirations for wealth were no longer self-serving. Instead, he harbored a deep-seated desire to provide his parents with a comfortable and dignified life. With this noble motivation driving him forward, Carnegie's enthusiasm and performance surged to unprecedented levels. This anecdote serves as a poignant reminder that genuine and selfless motivations can fuel extraordinary achievements. Whether driven by a desire to support family, children, or even strangers, maintaining a steadfast incentive is essential in navigating the inevitable challenges on the journey to success. Adhering to the rule. This particular tale held profound significance in Carnegie's life, altering its trajectory entirely. It revolved around an elderly gentleman whose existence seemed riddled with misfortune. Despite the sympathy extended by the townsfolk, the old man calmly asserted, "Yes, my friends, all that you say is true. I have traversed a long journey marked by sorrow. However, there exists a curious revelation. 9/10 of my tribulations were but illusions." This anecdote resonated deeply with Carnegie, unveiling a fundamental truth about human perception. He realized that the majority of our troubles and anxieties are merely figments of our imagination. Our minds tend to conjure worst-case scenarios, leading us to react irrationally. Yet in reality, most of these apprehensions never come to pass. Even when they do materialize, their impact is far less severe than initially feared. Armed with this insight, Carnegie liberated himself from the shackles of fear and uncertainty. By adhering to the rule of 9/10, he cultivated a mindset unburdened by the dread of the unknown. This newfound clarity empowered him to embrace risks essential for achieving substantial success. Stepping into the light. One afternoon, a young man ventured into Carnegie's office, seeking insights into his remarkable success. While Carnegie could have regaled the young man with tales of his journey from poverty to wealth in his influential business associations, he chose a different approach. Rather than dwelling on his past achievements, Carnegie emphasized a crucial aspect of his life, the ability to cast aside his troubles and embrace life with a smile. He conveyed that, to him, the invaluable skill of viewing life through the lens of optimism far outweighed the allure of riches. Carnegie passionately advocated that young individuals could cultivate this mindset just as they would train their bodies. By transitioning from the shadows of negativity to the light of positivity, one could unlock untapped potential, not only in personal life, but also in business. Liberated from the burden of pessimism, Carnegie found himself able to focus on the positives, bounce back swiftly from setbacks, and uncover opportunities where others saw only obstacles. This transformation underscored the profound impact of optimism in both personal and professional realms.